Honorable Men Discord. Let's talk about the AP Swatch collaboration. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So let's get straight to it. All right. I heard about this and I got excited. Not that I was ever in the market for an AP watch. I am extremely satisfied with my my Apple Watch. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm a simple guy. An everyday Apple Watch is suffice for me. Outside of the fact that I am not able to afford an AP at this time. Will I in the future? God willing, if it's meant to be, yes, I'll be able to afford it in the future. But I'm not pressed to have an expensive watch. I'm just saying. I'll be honest. I'm very simple when it comes to accessories. But with that being said, when I came across this, I was like, oh, that'd be cool. I would wear it. I would wear one of those. Right, in the price range that they were saying it was going for, I was all for it. But then it turned out that a lot of these images, which I was confused by, weren't legit images, and it's actually a box set of pocket watches. And at that point, I said, definitely don't care for it. But as many of you know, I'm also seeing videos that the black market, if you will, is already lining up making bands for those pocket watches, because those pocket watches allegedly pop out. So the black market's already, they're like 2 steps ahead of the pocket watches, and they know people are gonna want to actually wear it as a watch and not have it as a pocket watch. Why AP and Swatch decided to do pocket watches, for the life of me, I don't even know why. Because who the hell wears pocket watches? Am I missing something? Is there a community of people that are wearing pocket watches? Is that the new style? And even if it is a new style, I don't care to take part. I don't care to take part. Do you care to take part in that? But listen, let's get into these videos I have queued up, and then we'll talk about it further.
I'm kind of pissed off. I must be stupid. Shit, everybody watching this must be stupid. What were we thinking? We really thought that AP was about to give us a $35,000, $40,000, whatever it is, $1,000 watch for $300-$400? One tone? Them shits are tough. Them Swatch AP AI photos were so tough. They had people lining up outside the store days in advance without even knowing what they was gonna really look like. I said that we all must be stupid watching this video, because AP really came out and said, this is what y'all are getting. Stopwatch, a pocket watch. They really thought we was back in the 1900s, my boy. Bro, do you know what the streets was gonna do if they actually gave us a watch? Like, what were we thinking? Not gonna lie, as a Knicks fan, I really might actually have to cop this one right here. This one too, like, you know, at some point the 3D printers or the people in China are gonna come out with a wristband for these things. So I might actually still go after this one. Hey, AP and Swatch did what they had to do. The whole entire world is talking about these things right now. I do wish they came out with these one-tone watches. Who knows though, maybe in the future. Not gonna lie.
All right, moving on. Boosie is hilarious. Let's get into what Boosie had to say about this.
Y'all know why them people had to make them watches $300, $600. They can't compete with y'all niggas. Most all y'all niggas wearing fake jewelry. AP say we ain't finna run out of business. Shit. all y'all niggas wearing fake jewelry. These people gotta compete. Go to a spring break. Go to anything big for the weekend. You gonna see nothing but AP, you niggas. Niggas catching Ubers outside AP. Go to the mall. Nigga pulling up in 16 passenger van. Hopping out 10 deep. 8 niggas got APs on. They has to compete. This shit is about money, man. AP ain't finna run out of business. They gotta compete with y'all niggas, man. Y'all niggas out of control with them.
I just have to cut in real quick. Some of these rappers, like, stop it. And I don't know Boosie's history, and some of these rappers know very well when they started off, they weren't wearing the real thing. All right. I think it was said, I think Birdman himself said, or someone out that camp, out of the Cash Money camp, might have been BG. Yeah. One of them actually admitted to the fact that when they first started, they weren't wearing real jewelry. They were not wearing real jewelry. I don't know why I'm struggling to say that. But anyway, they were not wearing real jewelry. And I don't know if that's the case with Boosie, but it's like some of these guys make it and then they act like they weren't once there too. Stop hating on the guys who's going to these clubs with the fake jewelry. Let them live. Let them live. At the end of the day, these things, again, almost like with the Cat Williams, Kevin Hart episode that I did, it's all objective because at the end of the day, these price points that they're making for these items, the parts aren't that expensive to make these things, even when you're getting top quality material. These price points are insane, and the wealthy are spending that money just to be able to show, listen, there's levels to this. You don't have this. It's that whole, it's all a game. It's all a game. And some people play that game. I'm not hating on them from playing it. If you have it, if you have it to blow and it doesn't set you back, then do what pleases you. But don't start to like publicly piss on people that don't have the real thing. Or the people that are trying to get something that's affordable. It's damn if you do, damn if you don't. If they were buying the fake thing, it's a problem. Trust me, these same people, like Boosie, would probably clown on somebody who has, if they were actually making the watch instead of the pocket watch, if AP and Swatch were actually making watches like what's pictured by Boosie's face, he'd probably make fun of that too. Oh, you got the Swatch one, you don't have the real one. You know, it's like, where does it end? Let people live.
Y'all niggas wearing Lab. Y'all niggas wearing Moissanite, Cubic, Zirconia. Like, I told a couple jewelers, I ain't gonna say their name. I told a couple jewelers. Nigga talking about you, this one's 6,000, this 600,000. You should go Lab, man. I don't want it. I'm boosted. It gonna hurt my heart to put it on. I swear to God.
He's hilarious though.
It's just something to me. I didn't want it. Not knocking no other nigga, but
Okay.
nigga telling me he got this. I'm like, damn. All these niggas wearing Lab.
All right, he cleaned that up. He said not knocking anyone.
But AP say, man, we ain't finna run out. We gotta compete with these niggas. The middle of the mall gonna pass us up. Bro, I was in the fucking club one time. Had a nigga on side me. Nigga AP was hitting. I had on my chandelier. This nigga AP was hitting. I got outside the club. I said, man, what you paid for that motherfucker? Nigga say, I ain't gonna lie, Boost. I paid $600 for this motherfucker. Motherfucker look nice, huh? I said, it's the truth. But I'm saying this to say, AP had to compete with y'all niggas. They had to compete. They know what they going for that look just like the motherfucker. So we gotta compete. We gotta compete. We gotta try to stop these motherfuckers because they out of control. And that's what it was. AP say, fuck that. Fuck that. This shit is going down. You know, AP say, I gotta compete with these niggas wearing these fucking Labs. Y'all know.
Let me just speak on this thing. All right. It's funny because, so, Boosie liked the guy's watch. Whatever was going on with the guy's watch, it was convincing enough that Boosie saw it inside the club and then, saw the guy outside and had to ask him, yo, what's up with that watch? Right? Now, the guy spent $600 on it. So, again, it's all objective. What's the real value of a watch? All right? What if you were told that the same materials were made for the watch, but it didn't come from the actual manufacturer? Would you not appreciate it? Because it didn't come from the manufacturer? So you're willing to spend six figures for the real watch because it came from the manufacturer, But what if they're using the same material? A lot of these places that are selling these $600 watches are still making quality watches. It's just not the real thing. But we have been raised to be so such consumers, and it's a sign of low self-esteem, to be honest with you. It's a sign of low self-esteem. I'm guilty of it with some purchases too. I'll be honest. I'm not excluding myself from saying that, but we've been programmed to only wear the real thing. If you're not wearing the real thing, then you're less than, because you don't have the real thing. You know, clearly Boosie liked the watch, but now after the guy was honest and said, "Hey, be honest with you, I spent 600," oh, then it's like, oh, you know. So had it been the real thing, you would have liked it more. The guy could have lied to Boosie and said, "It's real. You want to take this off my wrist? I'll give it to you for." The guy could have finessed him, but the guy was honest. But one thing I'll say about that whole real and fake with the clones of certain items, again, if it's made with the same materials but it didn't come from the actual warehouse or manufacturer, is it less real? Think about how these things has our minds twisted. If it's actually made with the same exact materials, and technology is to the point where they could actually do the same stitching, right? I know there's a term for the sneakers, the clone sneakers. There's a big market for that too. There's people buying clone Jordans and things like that. And I spoke to a sneakerhead who said he doesn't take part in the clones. It has to be the real thing. Now, I don't know how far off the clones are from the real thing, but those of you that take part in the clone Jordans, and again, I'm not saying the correct term, but for those of you that take part of the clones, let me know your thoughts on the quality. But with that being said, why does it matter? I think it only matters in terms of what I'm about to say now, and I'm not saying this to shit on the guy. Where I worked, there was a gentleman who had a Hellcat. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, man, because I love Hellcats, right? Now, I have a GT. I don't have a SRT. I don't have I don't have any Hellcat. But I saw a Hellcat version to what I have, right? And I remember standing looking at it. I was like, oh, man, it's nice, right? Now, I haven't been around enough Hellcats to know the difference, and I'll be honest with that. Now, the guy who owns the Hellcat works with another guy who at the time I didn't see the driver of the Hellcat, but I saw his coworker. And I remember telling the coworker, I was like, man, that's nice, man. I like that car. His coworker told me, that's not a Hellcat, right? And I said to myself, no. He's like, no, he bought the badge from Amazon and had it pasted on the car. And I said to myself, wow. Now, I'm not saying this to be funny at all, but I didn't even know people go the lengths of doing this. I know those things are probably available. I didn't know people go the lengths of buying badges and putting it on the side of their car to pretend like they have the real thing. And where am I going with this? Because I don't want to stretch this out because I have other things queued up. Where I'm going with this is, in terms of cars, I don't play the game of pretend. All right, I can understand why some people are doing certain things when it's sneakers, and you might say, well, what's the difference? The difference is, it's either you got the power or you don't. Now, as a car enthusiast and somebody who loves vehicles and loves speed, either you got the power or you don't. And I'm not hating on the guy for putting the Hellcat badge on the side. I'm not. This episode is not to shit on anyone for not having, because I'm the last one to shit on someone for not having. I'm not rich. All right. So with that being said, it's funny though that his colleague told me that it's not a Hellcat. His colleague actually went as far as saying, "No, it's not a Hellcat, but don't tell him I told you." You know, but I don't entertain the the fake badges because it's either you have the power or you don't. Now, it wouldn't make me feel any better to put, and this is my own personal preference, and I don't know how those of you hearing this feel about it, but it would not make me feel good to have the badge on and I know I don't have the power. Because in the real world, when you're on the road, other vehicles are going to pull up on the side of you and they're going to want to race. Not to say you have to entertain the race, but if you don't have the power, you don't have the power. What you putting the badge on for? You know, just rock out with what you have. You know, appreciate what you have. By putting the Hellcat badge, it's like, do you feel better because you have a Hellcat badge on the side? No. For me, I would want the Hellcat because I know it has power. Forget about the badge. I would want to know it has power. But an interesting question would be is, would you drive a Hellcat without the badge? Or does the badge matter because you want the world to know you got the power? That's actually an interesting question. I just thought about it as I'm speaking. And my answer to that would be yes, absolutely. Because it's about the power. I don't care if the world knows I have a Hellcat. I just want the Hellcat. I want the power. So even if I had a Hellcat engine in, which I don't think it fits, if I had a Hellcat engine inside my GT, I would be happy to know I have the Hellcat engine. It's not so much about the badging and letting the world know I want the power. And I know I'm rambling right now, but what's your thoughts on that? You know, because again, when in terms of watches and sneakers, like as long as they're making it with the same material, I don't see the issue in that. But see, to do something like what the gentleman did with the Hellcat badge, I wouldn't do that when it comes to automobiles, because I wouldn't want to drive a car that looks like it's fast and it's not fast. That's the point I'm trying to make. But when we're talking watches in fashion, if it's made with quality, then I don't see an issue with if you're not wearing the real thing. That's just me. Now, if you're gonna be around people that judge you on not having the real thing, then to hell with them. You know, but let me get into the other videos. I don't want to go off subject too much. We're here to talk about watches. This is DDG talking about this whole Swatch and AP collaboration.
Just seeing this make me want to sell my AP. AP, what's up, man? What's going on? I done spent $200,000 on one of y'all watches. You telling me I could have waited to 2026 and spent $300 and got the same effect? The hoes can't tell the difference. They don't know what the fuck if this a skeleton. I tell a girl, hey, this black ceramic AP limited edition, 300,000. You feel me? Come on, bruh. That shit ain't right, bro. There's niggas out here that really pay resale. I could see if I was getting my watches for fucking retail, I'm paying resale prices, nigga.
Say, dog, and whose fault is that? Huh? At the end of the day, you have to have a relationship with AP. You ain't just grabbing no AP watch. You see what I'm saying? So a nigga that don't have a relationship with AP, you gotta pay the resale price, nigga. So you ain't special neither. Why is you clowning niggas for a Swatch and AP collab when you got the money to go get you a skeleton or whatever you want, bruh? You out here paying resale prices because you can't even get in. You can't. It's like a secret society. All they ask is trust. You can't even get in. That's why you mad, bruh. DDG, I expect more out of you, bruh. You come on, bruh. You already got your light cracking, bro. And you don't do movies like that. You don't really do music like that. You are a personality. You're lit because you're a personality. Okay, cool. But nigga, what I'm saying is
not just personality, but because of his having a child with is it Chloe Bailey? I hope I said her name right. The young lady who played the Little Mermaid.
You barely made it, nigga. So why is you clowning, bro? For real, for real. I'm gonna let you run your marathon. You doing your thing, and I'm gonna take my stuff back, and I'm gonna sell my shit, and I'm gonna stop wearing AP. Guess what? AP still gonna have billions and billions and billions of dollars, nigga. Come on, DDG. This sound crazy. Come on, bro. You sound goofy as hell to me. Come on, bro.
Still, like, just seeing this make me want to sell.
So when I queued this video up, I thought this was the full video of DDG complaining. But the gentleman, wasn't expecting him to come on, but that's fine. What the gentleman was alluding to is in the full video, DDG was talking about how, you know, he's thinking about being done with his watch because he didn't like the fact that they did this collab. But in DDG's defense, I will say he was very intentional in why he bought the watch. He's buying the watch because he wants to be able to hit the town and use that as leverage for the women. Which, gentlemen watching this, if you have to do all of that for the women, those women aren't worth it. Unless you're satisfied with just the one night stands or the short term, links and stuff like that. That's up to you as an individual. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life and as far as relationships is concerned. But listen, I mean, I understand why he's saying what he's saying. Because he spent a lot of money and he's like, now you're making an affordable one so everybody could be walking around like you. This was part of, the whole play, and you're messing up my play. Maybe he has more than one AP watch, so if he looks at it like you're messing up my play, like what value does my watch value now decreases because everybody else is going to be wearing, but this was all said before the world realized and all those people sitting outside in New York realized it's not a watch, they're pocket watches. All right. So here's Joe Budden speaking on what reacting to DDG and his rant.
Was running around here in all these bus downs thinking that they had someone. Like, let's get educated on these watches and the value of them before we just say, hey, I'm not going to wear my $400,000, $300,000 watch because they marketing the kids. Also with DDG, you nigga, that's like if we still getting the watches because they cost a lot, then we playing the watch game wrong. Like the beauty in the watch game is the rarity of the watch. It's where you got the watch. It's what watch is that, the story of the watch. It's not just the price. That's where we fuck ourselves up. That's why niggas was running around here in all these bus downs thinking that they had someone. Like, let's get educated on these watches and the value of them before we just say, hey, I'm not going to wear my $400,000, $300,000 watch because they marketing the kids. I think it's still
the same shit niggas was doing with sneakers, with everything. Niggas want to feel like it's elitist shit.
Yes.
It's like, yo, it's at a price point that y'all can't get this brand. That's really what it boils down to. It ain't even just it's literally the brand is at a price point that the regular person can't get it. So, but you ain't on the same level because you can't afford it.
That's why niggas was running around here and all these.
I just want to react to what this person said right above my window. This person that goes by the name Blue Panda said, "I've never seen people so mad over someone's opinion about a watch, and that ONG." It ain't that serious. So, okay, just on this, to that person and to those of you watching, Joe Budden simply just reacting to what DDG said because he has a network, his Joe Budden network. And for those other individuals like myself that have channels, have podcasts, it's just talking points. At the end of the day, what all of this is just like barbershop talk that's presented to you on YouTube or whatever streaming services that you're using. That's all it is. No one is mad. All right. He said, I've never seen so many people mad over something. No one's mad. We're just reacting to it. It's barbershop talk. This is just regular barbershop talk that we present to you. No one's upset about this. I could care less whether you have a fake watch, you have a real watch, whether or not I don't care about any of that, to be honest with you. It's just barbershop talk that we're just talking about it and looking to hear other people's reactions on it. To each his own.
The question is you waiting for the watch or no?
I'm about to sit down and wait right now.
My man,
I'll be here for 4 days.
My man in the front is selling his spot.
What up, my boy? How much for the spot?
5 bands.
5 bands?
Oh yeah.
How much is the watch gonna be, you guys think?
It's a pocket watch.
I know, I think.
Would you buy it?
I'll buy it. I'll fuck with it.
Do you think the resale gonna be worth it?
It depends where it's reselling for.
Yeah.
Number 6. You number 6?
I said he gonna buy the whole store.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I've seen that guy that just spoke just now with the hat, with the cotton hat, when I was trying to get a release of an item from Target.
41st C41?
C41.
How much?
It's okay. I'm cheaper than
Honestly, it's
them.
fair.
I'm cheaper than them.
You know my ass is not gonna sit here though, but I just wanted to.
I'll sit here. I'm gonna be here regardless. I'll get that and bring it right to you.
2K for the pocket watch, you saying?
I'll sit here and wait for you.
And then you
I'll
bring
buy
me the
it and I'll
pocket
bring it right to you.
They saying it's both. It's a wristwatch and
We don't. Nobody knows
They didn't
yet.
show the
wristwatch though yet.
Not yet.
show that yet. They saying
How much do you think it's gonna resell for? Is the question.
Like 5 minimum for a pocket watch. Probably closer to 8 for the wristwatch. I got the deal of the century, gang. That's all I'm saying.
If you bring me a watch, and a pocket watch, I'll pay 4 G's for both. 4 G's for both. That's 2 G's a pop.
I got you.
All right, Mazal, done deal. Done. On my end is Mazal. I pay you when I get your stuff.
I'm about to make a phone call and guarantee the shit
Let's
for you.
fucking get it done, Mazal.
Okay, as we all know, Audemar Piguet and Swatch just dropped a major collab, and it's not a wristwatch. They made the Royal Oaks into pop art pocket watches, which honestly I think is so freaking cool. These are definitely going to be a collector's piece. It looks like instead of making a normal watch, they turned the Royal Oak design into these really cool 80s inspired colorful pocket watches that you can...
I don't like it. I'm not going to play this whole video. I don't like it. I mean, to each his own. If they make the bands, then it makes more sense. Then it would be better in my eyes if they made it into actual watch. But to have the pocket watch, the only value in this for me would be to resell it. To buy it knowing that it's a collector's item. It's the first time that they partnered up to make something. And for that reason, it's going to have resale value. And for that reason, I would purchase something like that. But not to keep for myself. What's your thoughts on that? And this is Benny the Butcher speaking on the whole collab.
Out of here. You're done.
Yo, Benny, how do you feel about the Swatch AP collab not being a wristwatch?
I got two emotions about that. One, I'm a little disappointed because I knew people was excited about those watches. I've been seeing people post them on Instagram. But the other part of me like, woo! People was gonna be doing the most with them. I plan to go get a few of them for my nephew, my kids. I was gonna buy a few of them, you know what I'm saying? But I know people mad. You see the rap panicking on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? I wish they was watches though, you know what I'm saying? So everybody could have them. I did want that to happen. Yeah, I'm out shopping. Where that at? Yep. We getting rid of the buzz down. I'm getting rid of the AP. I'm getting that.
Listen, what's your thoughts on all of this? Would you buy the pocket watch? If not, would your mind change if they made bands, if the black market made bands? Or do you would want everything to be authentic? You'd want it to be actually a AP Swatch band rather than something off the black market. What's your thoughts on all of this? Do you think it's a bad look for AP? Or do you think it's part of business, finding ways to reinvent yourself and market to a new demographic? But that's all I have on this. Listen, I appreciate everyone for tuning in as always. Tell a friend to drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And as always, stay honorable.